I give them credit. You know, they're a different team from, you know, about a month ago. You know, they play extremely hard. You know, you can't really pay too much attention to their record. They're a young team that play extremely hard, and, you know, they don't know no different right now.
Did you guys have this impression of Ish Smith before, or is he
No, we already knew he was tough. You know, he's been in the lead on a few teams now, and, you know, I remember a couple of years ago we had an argument who he was up there with one of the quickest dudes in the league with the ball, you know, and that was a couple of years ago. So you can see it tonight, you know. Like I said, you know, when you're out there playing with nothing to lose, you know, everybody have confidence.
Kind of nice to see Terrence get off real quick like that.
Yeah, that's what we need him to do. You know, that's the type of player T could be, you know, especially with our second unit. Definitely getting us going, and, you know, especially on the offensive end.
Where did you guys kind of turn it around? I mean, like Michael said, 12-0, you're down, and all of a sudden, I mean, you're up at the end of the first quarter. What turned it around?
I mean, we knew we was going to turn it around. We just had to stop, really just lock in and, you know, make it tough on Okafor. You know, he a tough body once he get it down there, try to make him pass the ball out. You know, we shrunk the paint, try to stop them from getting transition points and letting Ish Smith get inside. And once we did that, we was fine.
It's always special with this guy beside you coming home. Do you notice an extra bounce in his step when he comes back to Philly and family and friends? I mean, I think it's like 11 straight now that you guys have beaten Philly since 2013.
Really? Yeah. You know, I think you always get that extra juice when anybody go home and play. You know, you hear your friends and family, you know, in the crowd. You know, that definitely motivates you.